Hi, my name is Christian Constantino, and this is the importance of advertising. What exactly is advertising? Well, advertising is the way companies and people pitch their ideas, products, services, or even themselves to the general public. Now, companies will typically use this to sell their product and persuade people to go buy their product, or they use it to beat out other companies that are selling the exact same product. And people would actually use that to sell their personal projects, but also to sell themselves and build up a reputation for themselves, especially over social media, which is one of the main platforms for people to sell themselves and who they are and what they do. There are way too many ways for me to sit here in a 5-minute presentation, tell you all the benefits and everything that advertising does for people. But one of the main things is companies will tell you in commercials, radio advertisements, even on the web, about all the good things their product does, mainly to beat out businesses and to increase the revenue as a company so they can build up and become successful. People would typically sell themselves and who they are and what they do to everyone, and on social media. Even some people have TV advertisements about themselves and what they do to help others and basically sell their ideas and stuff like that. Now, one of the most relevant forms of advertising, and one of the main ones now, is digital advertising. Throughout history, companies and people have advertised anything from ideas, products, services themselves, but they were never able to have statistics on how effective their advertisements were. With digital advertising, people are actually able to see how many people looked at their advertisement, how many people clicked or followed through with that advertisement and called the phone number, went to the store, clicked and joined on the website to go buy their product. And they even get to see how long they looked at it and see if they were actually interested in it. That's the power of digital advertising. There is also more to that. Digital advertising is run by a program that actually tracks down what you were looking for when you're searching websites and searching for new products and stuff like that. So say you go to a baseball website and you're looking for a baseball bat. And say you never bought a baseball bat that day as you were scrolling through, and a few days later, now you're on a news website. And you're looking through the new things that are happening in our government and the world, and all of a sudden you see an advertisement. Actually, you see multiple advertisements of baseball bats from all these different companies. That is that program tracking down what you want and showing you all the companies that are trying to show you their baseball bats, trying to persuade you to go buy their baseball bats. Now, this advertisement could be effective on you, could not. You could completely ignore it, block it, or you may actually click on their website and go buy yourself a baseball bat. That is what digital advertising does. It is telling the company, hey, you're not interested anymore, or hey, he went to your website and actually bought that bat because of that ad, and it tells them how effective that is. There are a bunch of viewpoints on, is advertising effective, is advertising needed? Some people say advertising isn't needed at all. Some people actually say that advertising is a bonus to companies and people, and that if their idea is good and if your product is good enough, it will sell itself. And that is not true at all, in my opinion. I think that advertising is absolutely necessary for everyone, and that companies who are trying to buy or trying to sell a product and trying to sell their idea, try to sell their service, they absolutely have to advertise in one way, shape, or form, especially for people who are trying to advertise themselves. You need to show people the benefits to yourself so they would actually want to follow you. And I feel like advertising in its own, it's hard to explain, but advertising in its own is definitely too important for any company or any person to skip out on. So the next time you see an ad on a TV, if you hear it on the radio, you go to a website and you see ads for it, think about this presentation and think about all the things that I've talked about. And also think to yourself, do you need that product? Is that advertising effective? And I want you to remember this, and I want you to remember the importance of advertising.